Do you want to make more out of your life? Do you want the girls to fly at you and all the bros in matchmaking screaming like,
Blah, nice skin, man. Oh my god.
do you want to have big houses, fast cars and expensive outfits just by working from home? Then do not trade CSGO skins and better get a real job. Yo! Neon is back with his trading series. Trading CSGO skins is a lot of fun and you can learn a lot of things there. Get cool in-game items, and if you're up to the effort and skill, you can also make a good amount of profit. Although most people really overestimate the amount they can make and underestimate how hard it can be. So let's get right into it. The rules are pretty simple. I take you along on my trading adventure. And for 7 days, you will see the most noticeable offers I got. And of course, we will see how much profit we walk away with. So welcome to I traded CSGO skins for 1 week and made a certain amount of profit. This week I'm giving away a field tested AK green laminate with a low float and really cool stickers. To enter, just subscribe to my channel, like the video, comment something down below and send me a trade offer for the item via the trade link below. The winners will be drawn live on my Twitch streams every Friday and Monday at 17 CEST. Also, a big thank you to all my patrons and channel supporters. If you're looking for buying, selling or trading advice from a semi-professional CSGO trader, you can find all of that there. Thanks! Our first offer this week comes from Frosty, and he's offering his .16 M9 Crimson Web, well-worn Arid gloves and $1,950 in crypto for our field-tested Pandora box gloves. These are the most expensive gloves in game, and in field tested condition with that float, they go for around $2,750. We traded with him with some ads, and in total, in the end, we made around $60 on this trade. And we continue with really huge trades. Captain KFC sent us this offer for our StatTrak 95% Butterfly Knight. He's offering a low black scope souvenir orb Desert Hydra. An incredible cool skin and definitely one of my favorites. A field tested Karambit lore and a Desert Eagle blaze. And of course the high fade percentages adds a good amount, and the black scope, it's not a full black scope but it is a high float, adds a certain amount as well. And when I got this item, I was calculating that I made around $50, but it turned out the black scopes are really popular, and with this trade we right off the bat start with $200 of profit. And as he for some reason scrapped the stickers out of his souvenir Desert Hydra, I couldn't help myself but to craft my own black scope souvenir orb Desert Hydra. But of course, our luck won't hold the whole week, and Zephyrus added us and offered his gold sticker for our StatTrak Gutknife lore. StatTrak Gutknife lore goes for around $110 US. And with these gold stickers, it is always really hard. They are really unliquid and they are really rare, so they are typically worth a good amount of money, but they are really hard to trade and on most cases only sell once every few months. And with this sticker in particular, there was the case that it was listed for 180 euros on the Steam market, but on regular basis it only sells for $44. And Zephyrus was, I think he was sharking, or he was not understanding how a market works, but he was thinking, yeah, my sticker is listed for $180, it is worth that much. But of course that doesn't work. I brought the example to him, if I list my car for 1 million, it doesn't make it worth that much. Just because I'm the only one selling this car at the moment, it is not worth 1 million now. Because nobody would buy that, because my car is definitely not worth 1 million. So we discussed a little bit, I gave him arguments, I gave him proof, and I also told him that they can just buy his sticker right now for $44 on buff, which is also too much, but I could do it. And that we can definitely not trade it 1 for 1 for my gut knife. but he didn't understand it, or at least he didn't want to understand it. So we discussed, in the end he called me an idiot, so I just blocked him and we move on. But after that, we got a good profit from a trading site. I found some really good priced items on swap.gg, and luckily for us, some of my lower play skins were also priced really well. So we did a trade of around $800 and in the end made a huge upgrade and also $45 of profit, which I definitely take every day. Next up is Usman, and Usman was making a really interesting offer. He was offering a StatTrak Talon Stained and a Talon Stained for our Talon Slaughter. Okay, but one of his Talons was at a friend's account and he was asking me if we could trade like that. So he sends me the knife from his friend and then we just trade Talon for Talon. And I was totally fine with that. And he didn't had a problem with going first because he knows my YouTube, so he was quite trusting me. Thanks for your trust, Usman, you didn't regret it. So in the end we traded like this and made around $26 of profit. And then we follow up with one of the biggest bot trading sites trade I've ever did. I was the proud owner of a well-worn M4 Howl. And well-worn howls are quite rare and do not look that good and are not that popular, so they're quite hard to trade. But I got it for a good price, so of course I couldn't say no. But with items like these, I mean, it's not often the case, but I always see if I can trade them on alternative ways, like for example a bot trading site. And Loot.farm offered a really fair price for it, so I traded my M4 Howl, my minimal wear 90% butterfly fade, and some lower play skins for in total 9 Talon Rust coats, 12 Hydra Gloves Mangrove, and some other knives and play skins. It was a really big downgrade, but in the end, liquidity wise, it was quite good. We got a lot of very liquid play skins, which we definitely trade quite fast. The total value of this trade was over $12,000 and we end this trade with around $246 of profit, which is a very good amount for such a trade. So I'm pretty happy that I took it. So I can now put 9 Talon Rust coats and 12 Hydra Gloves Mangrove on me. Nice! After this, we slowly caught our breath and then Bot Markan sent us an offer already. He was offering his Kara Nilla and a StatTrak field tested Op Asimov for my 94% Op Fate and some lower play skins. We discussed a bit and sent some offers back and forth, but we ended up with this one, which in the end made us around $33 of profit. On the next day, Iron One offered us a lot of liquid play skins, some lower skins which are not that liquid but okay, and some Battle-Scarred Kingsnade gloves for our Battle-Scarred Vice gloves. It was right off the bat a really good offer, 5% overpay for such a big downgrade is totally fair in my opinion, so we get away with around $25 of profit. And then we got an offer of Infinite Assassin, which was quite far away right off the bat. But he added me, so I'm always happy to negotiate and discuss with these people. But Infinite Assassin had a hard childhood, like it seems, because he was flagged as a scammer on Steam Rep. And for me, I personally do not trade with scammers if they, let's just say, didn't think they did anything wrong. So if I see that somebody is flagged on Steam Rep or there are any other signs that he's not the most trustworthy guy and maybe is trading with stolen items, I always just talk to them and ask them why they are banned on Steam Rep or something like that. But Infinite Assassin was quite insightful and definitely regretted what he's done. So I was happy to take his offer and in the end we found this deal and we could say they got $12 of profit from an ex-scammer, which felt pretty nice. Not that I want to hate on Infinite, he's a really cool guy, so thanks for your trade my dude, hope you enjoy the gloves. Next up, Mr. 5555. And I discussed that in my stream, this guy was really weird. So Stream Neon, take it over. Mr. 5555 with a weird squirrel in a tube sends me an offer and it was way off. It was like 50% loss of me. So I sent him a counter because I'm a nice guy and I reply to most people. Then I think he declined it and sent me a new offer, which was also bad. So I just declined it because he's not listening to anything. Then he sends a new offer. I decline it. Then he adds me. How may I help you? He doesn't say anything. He just sends me a new offer. And I just tell him, you can't do that. This is not worth that. And he just said, you can adjust the offer. Which I already did a week ago. And he's using CS Float. I hope he's meant CSGO Float. So I tell him that CSGO Float is a very bad place to check your prices because the volume is just very low. So checking prices in CSGO can be quite confusing. There are people that talk about Steam prices, then there are cash prices, then there are prices on CS Money and some other sites. It is quite confusing. If people send you offers that are like 50% loss for you, you know that they didn't check anything because in any market it should be right. And if the price they're using is that far off, you maybe shouldn't use the market. Because on liquid markets like Buff or something, it is always quite easy to find a reasonable price. So we told him that, but we moved on. And another person like that was Sketch. And he was offering his Skeleton Scorch field tested for our Talon Ultraviolet field tested with a quite good float. And it would be right off the bat around $50 loss for us, but he was arguing that his skeleton has a really low float and looks like minimal wear. But his skeleton was a 0.35, so close to the worst you can have in field tested. But with skeleton knife and also with, for example, shadow daggers or flip knives, they just look really clean. If you have a skeleton knife that has a better float than 0.50, it looks clean. You don't have that many scratches on it. And he can of course say that it looks really good, but that doesn't increase the price at all. Field tested knives look that clean. And it definitely looks minimal wear, but it also looks factory new because skeleton knives do not have that many scratches. So of course we couldn't do that, but after I told him that, he also said that his skeleton and my Talon are around the same price, which is not true. And it's not true on any market, so I don't know where he got this information from. So I just told him that it isn't, and he is my proof, and he never responded. So I think he doesn't want to trade. After that we have Falze, something like that. And he's offering his well-worn Cobalt Skulls gloves and a factory new Orion with a really good float for our Battle-Scarred amphibious gloves. And the offer is a little bit off. It's not a bad offer, so we just send a counter offer and see what he thinks. Next to that is Snook. And he is offering a Battle-Scarred Butterfly Autotronic, which is also the 5th lowest float in the whole world. Some gloves and some play skins for our low float Phase 4 M9 Doppler and our amphibious gloves again. And the low float on the Phase 4 adds a good amount of value, and his offer wasn't that bad right off the bat, but of course we have to send him a counter because the float just adds value. And at the end he accepted that, and with the low float it is really hard to say if people overpay for that. But in total we would have made around $103 of profit. Coming to the last day, Kaffer sent us right away an offer, his Vanilla Huntsman for our Phase 4 Shadow Daggers Doppler. This was right away a really good offer, and the Vanilla Huntsman is one of my favorite knives of all time, so we just walk away with $4.21 profit and both people happy with really cool knives. And we end our trading with a really huge bot trading site deal again. On CS Trade we traded in total skins worth around 6,000 US dollars. Under them were a StatRack field tested Fire Serpent, a minimal wear M9 Lore and a flip knife minimal wear Knight. And we traded for a lot of lower play skins. It was a huge downgrade, but I'm happy to get skins like the StatRack Fire Serpent away because they're not that easy to trade as many people think, because the Fire Serpent is not that special, and paying over $1,500 for a gun like that, not that many people do that, and it's also quite a rare gun, so I'm always happy to get that traded. So in total we made a big downgrade, but we also walk away with $70 of profit, which is quite okay, I think. So, and the week is already over. Like most episodes, we had our ups, we had our downs, we had lucky snipes and quite weird people. But what do we walk away with this week? Next to a bunch of new cool items in our inventory. So this week we made, drum roll please, $1,066, which is way more than usual, but not surprising as many CSGO items are increasing in value at the moment, making us some profit just by owning CSGO skins. But as always guys, be aware that I'm a big trader with over 8 years of experience. I have invested a lot of money and time into this game. I am quite aware of all the risks that implements, so if you start out right now, you most likely won't make that much. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to enter the giveaway down below. I am Neon and I'll see you guys in the next one.